Why, hello there, and welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, October the 13th. My name is Kat. I've got your astrological spiritual forecast and guidance going from today through Saturday, October the 19th. And this week's video is entitled Ghosts from the Past. And the reason for the title of the video is because this week is one of my favorite mantras. It's an opportunity for growth, which means for us, it's going to be a week where we are going to experience unresolved traumas and unresolved issues from our past, and they are going to come up again for us to heal and move on from these issues. So that is a big task for us this week. Before we get started, I want to send love and light out to everyone who is affected by Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton. I experienced Milton full force here, and it was a hell of a ride, and I am real glad it's over. And I will have to say, I thank goodness for my home, which was built to withstand these kind of winds, and it did a great job. I'm very grateful, and um, I just, I, I just want to send love and light to everyone to help us recover, heal, and renew. So hang with it. It'll get better. All right, so let's get started with the week. We do have a number of uh, energy shifts this week. We've got Mercury going into Scorpio today. We have a full moon in Aries on Thursday, and we have Venus moving into Sagittarius also on Thursday. So we have a lot of energy shifting going around. We also have Canadian Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all our Canadian friends on Monday. But Monday is unfortunately, or fortunately, opportunity for growth, will be the first time that we get revisited from unresolved past traumas. And since a lot of us are going to be with family on Monday celebrating Thanksgiving in Canada, we can look for these unresolved traumas to come from our family. So maybe we were bullied by our siblings or something when we were growing up. Maybe they were nasty and so all of this is coming up again. Now this time we are conscious of it. This time we are prepared for it. And so this time when it comes up, our feelings of being unworthy, of being afraid because they're bullying us again. Even as an adult, they think they can get away with this kind of behavior, inappropriate behavior. And usually they can because we fall for it. But today, no, we aren't going. We're going to rise above it, and we're going to take a look to see where that emotional trauma is coming from. And once we can see the origin, then we can begin to heal it. We first have to see it. We first have to acknowledge it. And then we can move through it and heal it. And then that energy becomes part of our power. So that is so cool. And that is what this week is about, is transforming pain and suffering into our power, transforming unresolved emotional traumas into our power. And we're going to have a great opportunity at the beginning of the week to really take a look at these issues within ourselves and then have the opportunity to heal and grow from them. Awesome, awesome sauce, awesome sauce. On Tuesday, we have a lovely water trine. So Tuesday is a great time. The veil will be thin. It's a great time to get in touch with our higher self, our spiritual self, that part of ourselves that knows the answers, knows where we're going and how to get there. And when we quiet and center and allow our higher selves to communicate with us, we are able to receive the direction and guidance that we need. Now, is it a knock on the door? Well, it could be. Again, I want to refer back to an experience with my hurricane experience. Because, you know, guys, I've been doing this for a long time. And in this particular case, in this event, I had to depend on my intuition. The facts were there, but the facts weren't really conducive to safety and security. So I had to really depend on my inner knowing, my intuition to get me through this event. And I'm going to tell you, the experience is when you surrender to that part of yourselves, when you allow your higher self to take over, you experience peace. And so I rode through this event and I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I would be safe and secure because I relied on my intuition and I believed it. That's the other thing. You have to trust it too. So it works. If you're willing to tap into your intuition, if you're willing to connect with your higher self, you will get the information, the guidance that you need to navigate the road ahead of you. So remember that this week too, as we're being a little bit, all this angst is coming up for us. Remember, if we get overwhelmed, if we get out of balance, just get to that space of quiet and centering, and then we can experience a relief, a peace, and a release as well. So that is our good news for Tuesday. Spirit is waiting for us. Are you coming to see me today? So make sure we check in with our higher self to see what guidance we can get, what information we can get. Our creativity will be stimulated. Our imagination will be stimulated. We'll be able to come up with resolutions and solutions to problems, but we have to tap in to that most incredible divine source of our divine part of ourselves first. So that's it for Tuesday. Then we come to our full moon in Aries, along with, I want to see, Venus moving into Sagittarius. This is another opportunity for growth on Thursday with this full moon to heal wounds, to really bring those up, take a look at them, see what they're about, and move through them. Don't deny them, but move through them and then release them so that we can heal and grow. Now, this may not be familiar, familial, familial, like Monday when we were with our family. So it tended to be childhood trauma coming up for us to resolve. On this new moon, on this full moon on Thursday in Aries, Aries is about coming into ourselves. I am me, here I am, accepting who we truly are, embracing it, expressing it. And there will be plenty of those out there in the world who are going to try to uh, criticize us, uh, they're very petty and mean and start pushing those unresolved emotional trauma buttons. So take a look at that. Make sure we don't compromise ourselves for anyone or anything ever, ever. That is key to our growth. But be honoring and sensitive to the other. So when these others are coming at us, pummeling us with criticism and being so petty and nasty, then we can just step back, take our 3 deep cleansing breaths if we need to get some balance, and understand that they are projecting their own fears, their own insecurity. It has nothing to do with us. And then we can look and see, okay, I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling very, very anxious and upset with this connection I'm having right now, this discussion I'm having with this other person. What is it about? Take a look. Be brave enough. We have Aries. Aries is always about bravery. Full moon in Aries. Be brave enough this week to look at our shit, to look at our unresolved traumas, and do what we need to do to resolve them. We may need assistance. So if we need assistance, if we can't get away from it, if we can't resolve it, then let's get some help. Let's get some therapy. Let's go to our minister and get some counseling. Let's do something, go to a mentor, someone older with a lot more experience. Get the help we need to heal this trauma so that we can move on and transform that trauma into power, which is also Aries. Great stuff. So, wow, big stuff, but we have an opportunity to really move more fully into who we truly are and, and really experience our power. We are so powerful if we only realized it. So that's our work. We've got Venus moving into Sagittarius on the same day. So this is possibly an expansion in our romantic life. Venus is all about the relationship, and we like to see her about amour. We like to think of her as amour, a love. So it's very possible that a romantic opportunity may present itself, but remember that it has to be a partnership that supports and nurtures us. That is really important because later on in the week, well, let me get to that. Hold on just for a minute because we have more about romance on Saturday. But on Friday, we can get our to-do list done. We're very productive on Friday and Saturday, get our shit done. I mean, if you're cleaning up from the hurricanes, we got a lot to do. So get our work done. We find that we're very successful in getting a lot taken off of our to-do list. But then on Saturday as well, it's a great date night. It's also an opportunity for a new romance, but this time be wary because it may not, how do I want to say it? If it looks too good to be true, if they look too good to be true, they probably are. So be aware of that. Make sure that we don't go off in la la land in fantasy land. Let's stay a little grounded so that we don't have a connection that that undermines us, but we have a connection, a partnership that we can support and nurture and helps us learn and grow. So that is our mantra for the week. Let's get into our shit. Let's get it healed and resolved so we can transform that trauma, those emotions, those issues into our power to create the life that we want. That's what it's all about. Also on Saturday, what did I want to say? So on Saturday, we might get a little kickback from our partner or friends and family if we're kind of shooting off in a new direction, if we're doing things they're not familiar with, because on Saturday the energy is more of I want to keep my shit, I want to stay the same, I don't want to change, I'm safe and secure in the life that I know, even though it's not the best. And so now you're going out and you're making changes and you're acting all weird and stuff, I'm going to freak out, okay? So be aware that we might experience that on Saturday with a partner, family member, or friend who's not so sure about these changes that we're making. They're not so sure that, shoot, they couldn't piss us off like they used to. They couldn't push our buttons. They can't get our goat anymore. So they're a little bit off balance. So enjoy who we are becoming, embrace our true authentic self, honor and be sensitive to the other, but don't buy their bullshit because that's all it is. It's just bullshit. And then we can move on. They might want to do something the same. We might want to go and try something new, but the partner, family member, or friend want to stick to something that we know and we love and we enjoy. So we can compromise and we can work that out. Yes, we can. And then continue to have a great date night or great Saturday evening with friends and family. So that is the week ahead. It's really, really deep. Last week we were doing internal work. This week we're also doing internal work. We're going to be able to heal and grow if we use that full moon Aries energy, the bravery and the courage to really take a look at our shit and resolve it, heal, and grow. So let's get started by becoming balanced, aligned, and connected with our higher selves. Then we'll say our Sun in Libra affirmation. Let's take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Let's take one more. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, all the negativity, all the toxicity. It's all flowing out of our bodies, just flowing away. In its place, we're being filled with this beautiful, beautiful light made up of white light, love, and goodwill. Not only does it fill our entire body, but it's also protecting us. It deflects all evil, all low vibration, all negativity back to its source. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher selves, we will say our Sun in Libra affirmation. I set my sight on the northern light of my higher self. I do not allow any distractions to pull me from my path. We'll say the affirmation, we'll stay in this space, connected with our higher selves for just 5 seconds. Let's say the affirmation together. I set my sight on the northern light of my higher self. I do not allow any distractions to pull me from my path. Wow, good stuff, good stuff. And like I always say, keep that affirmation in our back pocket as well this week and always, so that we can be reminded that our higher self knows the way. All we got to do is connect and get the guidance that we need. So remember that this week. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat for my quirky, funny, thought-provoking memes, as well as my daily oracle message, a little tidbit to help us live more fully, be connected with our higher self, and come from love and abundance during the day. And if you like the message of the Soul Sister channel, please spread it around. Let it go viral. We are the creators of our own reality, whether consciously or not. We can learn to create the life we want if we are conscious. Remember the keynote from the Soul Sister channel, life is lived from the inside out. Make it a great week. Let it go. Let it go. Namaste.